Lauren, how are you doing, I guess?
Oh, good.
On Saturday after match, Greg said, particularly after the third quarter performance, that he said he felt it was like a line in the sand moment. What have you thought over the last couple of days when you look back in that game? Have you taken confidence out of it in spite of the resultant scoreline?
Yeah, massively so. We have to take confidence from that to hold that kind of a world-class team to nil for 30 minutes in that second half. You can't but be proud of that. I think, a bit unfortunate that last kind of few tries and maybe showed a little bit of fatigue at the end, but I think overall we've got to be really positive and pretty happy with that performance on the whole.
And how do you kick on then this week and turn those good periods into points, because tries are what you need this weekend?
Absolutely. I mean, we can take loads of confidence from our defensive performance, 100%. You're absolutely right. We need to focus a bit more on attack, being a bit more clinical when we get those opportunities, finishing them off, and that's going to be a big focus this week.
Brittany, we were speaking to John there about the line-out, and there were kind of a couple of rough moments again on Saturday in it. What are you experiencing when you're in there in the game, in the line-out? What are the issues that are cropping up? Is it timings of jumps or lifts? Is it a throw? Is it just handling or organisation?
It's probably a mixture of all of the above. We have been working a lot on trying to get a little bit of movement, because obviously we've used Nick a lot in our lineouts and we're trying to mix it up a little bit, try and explore some different options, but it's a little bit of both. Of all the above, but we're going to be working on that in training this week. We'll work on our drill, make sure that that's honed in on, and we'll be looking to improve in that area for the weekend.
And if you can get that right, we've seen a few decent mauls as well when you have been able to execute that. Is that a big opportunity for you in terms of scoring points if you can get that right this week?
Yeah, definitely, and it's an area that we've really improved on. So from game 1 to game now, game 5 this weekend, our mauls, our attacking mauls, our defensive mauls, we've been really improving on that set. So it offers such a good platform for us as forwards whenever we're in the scoring zone, but also for our backs outside. So hopefully we'll be getting a good bit more ball this weekend and more execution, so we can actually use it and use the platform the way we want to.
Lauren, just ask you about the game on the weekend. What do you expect from Scotland, and how do you approach it yourselves? Do you see it as a cup final?
Yeah, 100% a cup final. We can't look at it in any other way. I think they're going to be a good side. They're coming off the back of a win. And some good experience in that back line. I've played against a lot of them in the Prem over the last few years, and they're really good quality players. But for us, again, it's being more clinical in attack. So again, back to focusing on us rather than too much against them. I think they play sometimes a bit of a similar defensive system to us. So I think we know how to exploit that for definite, and just making sure we're taking care of some of their big threats.
The results haven't been what you would have wanted this year. How do you keep the morale up? I mean, it's something you all seem to be quite good at picking out the positives. Is it something you've worked on? Is it something you're trying to focus on? Is keeping that morale high?
Yeah, you've got to look. If you don't, I think you'd go a bit crazy. You've got to focus on the positives, how we've grown, not only individually, but I think within the system that we've created as well, under kind of Greg and Briggsy and John. So we've got to focus on the positives, the big hits, some of those line breaks, the defensive turnovers, and the really good performance against England. For us, we're not being naive. We're focusing on the positives equally, but we're very critical of each other. We are definitely focusing on those areas that we can improve, but you got to have a balance between the two.
And Brittany, just on that, do you enjoy being in the environment here? The camp, just all the stuff that we're talking about, basically just keeping focus on the positive mental attitude, and I suppose do you see green shoots emerging within the squad? No, definitely not.
We're under no illusion that we're not where we want to be right now in terms of the table, but if you focus on that, it's going to be a very negative environment. You're not going to want to come in, but our performance has been building every single week. There are plenty of positives. We're working together more. We're getting more experience with the people inside and outside of us, and we have to focus on those positives. We have to be connecting as a team, looking for some social games, some dinners out, and that's the most important thing, is getting that cohesion, because we're in it together, and if we're not together, then that's where those cracks start to appear, and it's not a nice place to be. So no.
the best thing about high level sport as well is always another game. I mean, is that a huge motivation that you can put in behind you, come back in, and this week, it's Scotland, and go find.
Yeah, definitely. So we had our reviews of the game yesterday on Monday, so of the England game, and what we can improve on, what we can do better, and what we did really well. And today it's hit the ground running for Scotland. So we're really excited for this weekend. It's going to be a big challenge for us. It's going to be a big test of our skill. Last game, like, there's fatigue with everyone, and just want to go out on high. So really excited, to another reason to put on the green jersey. So always a great time.